Good morning from cloudy Buffalo, New York. I'm here at the local Clarence Center Cafe drinking a cup of espresso because today we have one of the most Italian things on the road today, an Italian SUV. That's right, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Alfa Romeo was founded in 1910. They've been around for 107 years and they produced many cars in the US for a very long time. Since they left the US, they've been bought up by Fiat, which which also bought up Chrysler, so it is an FCA vehicle, but this is the kind of the triumphant return, trying to expand the model range. So in 2014, we had the Alfa Romeo 4C, and then we had the Spider, which is the Targa top version of that vehicle, and then we had the Giulia and the Giulia Quadrifoglio, and both of those are fantastic vehicles. My name is Paul Fix III. This is Car Coach Reports. That over there is the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Sport, and I'm gonna finish this cup of coffee. Let's go take a ride. When you think of a sporty SUV, you may think of something more classy, something more luxurious, like a BMW X Series M, or maybe something from one of the Japanese companies like the Nissan Murano, which has a 300 horsepower engine in it. But this is something a little bit different. The majority of Italian cars that we see on the road today are super sporty, luxurious vehicles like Maserati and Ferrari and Lamborghini, but Alfa Romeo is really making a comeback. And a while ago we talked about the 4C when that first came to the US, and it was the big return of Alfa Romeo. The Giulia, you can see a video from Lauren and Paul on His Turn, Her Turn over about that. And this is something a little different. You know, it's big, but it's still, you know, affordable and sporty. However, you have to keep in mind that this is not going up against a lot of the other vehicles in this price range. It's a different segment. What you're getting for your money is a sporty car that is stiff on the suspension, but has a lot of power, and you're able to place it nicely. And with the sport package, you have these actually really nice shifting paddles. They're not entirely necessary, but they have this really satisfying click. Just this little, hold on, I don't know if you can hear that through the mic. It's awesome. I love that sound, like you're in a proper sports car. These are the same kind of paddles that are on Ferraris, you know? It's the little things that really make this car worth it. I think that's why it's worth the money. You know, you're not getting a fully fleshed out infotainment system. You're not getting more than no, I have four-way lumbar, which is Lauren Fix approved on this side. On that side, I will have to check. The little luxurious things that you're missing out on, like the full leather seats and the multi-adjustable bolsters and the massaging seats and all that stuff, you don't need that. That's for a way higher price range. There are a handful of vehicles that do offer some really nice features that are in that area, in this price range, being in about 50,000s-ish. But the Stelvio doesn't offer those things until you get to the highest trim level, which I personally believe is the most bang for your buck. Now here on the steering wheel, we have a very simple setup. Cruise control, automatic cruise control, which I think is useful, but it is kind of expensive. And then the normal media controls plus voice activation. And then this, which is something that you normally find on sports cars like Ferraris. This is how you start up the engine. And it's not on the center stack. I think that's fine. I think it's cool, actually. It's very sporty. And that kind of goes along with the whole theme of the vehicle. I just think it makes sense. The infotainment system for the Stelvio isn't horribly complicated and not horribly robust either, to be honest. But I think it serves its purpose well. So if you have a device connected in, I've been listening to music on my phone. You can connect your phone through Bluetooth as well. The navigation system, it works just fine, but it isn't as robust and customizable as some others. Really, I guess what's important about the way that this infotainment system works is that it provides ease of use for the only necessary things that you really need to do. And I honestly don't have a problem with that at all. I think that infotainment systems should be as simple as possible, and they should help you keep your eyes on the road. So as you can see down here, these are all the controls. You have a turn dial, click and tilt up and down to quick access different applications, down for your favorites for music, right to select a menu or to go over into options menu, and left to go back into the previous menu. Menu to go home, option to get to your settings, click back and forth to switch tracks, mute, volume. This is interesting though. D for dynamic mode, N for normal, and A for, well, it's really an economy mode. Alfas have always had this very cool triangle-shaped design in their front grills. It's part of what makes them stick out on the road. So if you've never seen something like this, now you know what to look out for. It's striking, it's definitely unique, and I don't think there's anything that's currently on the road that looks quite like it. And I think that's one of the things that's most charming about it. Not only is it unique in look, plus this awesome LED pattern in the lights, it's aerodynamic, and that's part of where that price is going. And I keep coming back to that because I think that there's a lot of other cars that you can get for the same price that offer more in luxury options, but you can't think about that when looking at this vehicle. The Stelvio is definitely more of a sporty machine. And speaking of, this is the wheel. Yeah, it's big. It's really quite big, with the big brakes and the smaller profile tires than you might see on some other SUVs. This is partly where the rough ride comes from, but it also adds to the sportiness. The suspension is stiffer, and it all adds up to a ride that is quite firm. It's not something that you'll just be able to cruise down the road in. It's not like a Volvo or, you know, a Bentley or something like that. It's not incredibly smooth, but in the situations where you want to go fast, where you need to make aggressive maneuvers, and especially if you're just a big fan of sporty cars, this provides what you're looking for without too much fuss. And I think that is a good thing for the identity of the Stelvio. Now here in the back, the trunk is quite spacious and automatic if you have the option. There are rails inside to connect things. There's the subwoofer for the Harman Kardon sound system, which actually sounds fantastic. Very, very well balanced. You don't need to mess with it at all, trust me, but if you want to, the controls are there. Storage space for a bunch of different stuff in here. So it's got a little bit of everything. So here's the really big question. Would I buy it? Actually, yeah. See, I come from a family that loves sports cars. I've always owned a sports car. And if I was going to go for an SUV, I think that I would choose this over probably a lot of its competition, because it does exactly what it's advertised to do. It is a sporty SUV, and it does it well. And I think that's what's really important. Now, I wouldn't get the Sport model, I'd get the Sport TI model. I think you get the most bang for your buck at the highest trim level. That's my opinion. Go to your local dealership, test drive the Stelvio, test drive the competition if you're looking in the $40,000 to $60,000 SUV range, and see if you like the vehicle. I fell in love with it immediately, just like I fell in love with the Giulia and the 4C. Alfa Romeo's absolutely won me over because I think that they're doing really well with the product that they're putting out. Plus, I mean, come on, they're sexy, right? So let me know what you think down in the comments. Share it with your friends. See if they agree with me too, and maybe you'll become a lover of Alfa Romeo too in the future. So my name is Paul Fix III. Thank you for watching Car Coach Reports with the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. And if you liked this, like the video. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos and some more his turn, her turn, please subscribe to Lauren Fix on YouTube. And you can always sign up for our free newsletter at laurenfix.com. You can find us all over social media at these links here and down here. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.